Wow.
And I'm glad I did.
That is tremendous, Ed. We've only got about 10 minutes, and of course, big focus is this Thursday night's Distinguished Citizens Award Banquet. I think you shared before we began filming this morning, today is the day to call in if they're going to reserve a seat.
That's
because
right.
the food's going to run out. Is the 839-8221 number the best number to call?
That's right.
Okay.
Talk to Lori Teal.
Right.
That's right. 839-8221.
Okay, great.
And she can take the reservations. And what we're going to do this year is we're honoring Edgerton Burroughs from Burroughs
great.
and Chapin.
The chairman of the board of the Burroughs and Chapin Company.
That's
wow.
right.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of the position he's in, but what he's done for this area. His family basically started Myrtle Beach.
Oh, yeah.
They owned property, and they saw the opportunity to develop this area, a place for people to live, to raise their children, to retire, and even to vacation, come golfing.
Sure.
And their family started that idea, and this is what Myrtle Beach has become because of him and his family.
I can't quite see it very well, but here, right on the floor behind us, viewers can't see it, but there is a plaque here on the floor. It says something. The Burroughs and Chapin Company logo is here right behind us in the lobby here of the Myrtle Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. So clearly their impact is making it known all over the area.
And a thing I just found out a few weeks ago is interesting is we honored Edgerton Burroughs' father with the same recognition 30 years ago.
Oh, come on.
We didn't even think about it or realize it at the time until someone mentioned it. We found it in some old records. So their family's been involved and supportive of scouting for a long time in this community, and have been recognized for it.
That is wonderful. Well, Don mentioned that Skeets Bellamy will be involved this week, that Jimmy Benton, I believe, is presenting the Distinguished Citizens Award. Of course, Billy Alford is also involved in the presentation. So 3 locals, all of whom are probably equally deserving of a special award like that, will be bestowing this tremendous gift. Of course, you'll be here. I hope we'll see Dr. Jones down, Webb Jones down.
He will be there.
The council president there. A lot of active volunteers that every day have to do things behind the scene, as well as your tremendous staff here in the PD area. Who are some of the folks that are really helping make things tick that people may not know because they're behind the scenes, Ed?
There are so many people involved with scouting. We have in the Myrtle Beach area probably 1,000 children involved in scouting.
Wow.
And to work with them, there's about 300 adult volunteers. So the ratio, about 1 to 3, really gives the children a chance to get to know a good adult role model. But some of the people we have involved are State Representative Alan Clemens.
Yes, the former council president.
Yes,
that's
he was
right.
our council president. Mark Dean, an optometrist.
Oh, yeah,
here.
sure.
We have, you mentioned Don Weaver and Shaw Dargan from Dargan Construction.
Shaw Dargan, absolutely.
Shaw has been a supporter of scouting, him and his father and his family for years and years.
Great.
In the Darlington area and here.
Right.
The
names go on and on. I hate to put you on the spot. I know Reverend Leslie McIver from Conway will be coming over to give the invocation this Thursday at the event there at the Dunes Golf and Beach Club. And again, a lot of folks wonder, as Don was speaking last week, I think he said the tickets are $250. Of course, folks think, oh, that's a lot for a meal. But of course, so many of those dollars are going straight into operations for the PD Area Council to serve 11 counties. You really need to have dollars.
That's right. People don't realize, but even nonprofits have to pay bills. We have to pay electric bills and phone bills, and we have property taxes we have to pay. And so just like anyone else, we have staff members, we have secretaries who like to eat, and so it costs money to do those things. And so, yeah, it sounds expensive, but you're making a significant contribution to support scouting. You're honoring a man and a family who've done so much for this area. And it also gives people an opportunity to eat at one of the most exclusive clubs here in town, the Dunes Club. The dinner will be just marvelous.
Absolutely.
A great evening.
And if a viewer can't be there this Thursday or possibly couldn't even commit a $250 check, is there a way they can support scouting, either in a volunteer capacity or in a donative capacity? Is there another phone number other than Lori Teal's? Is there a good phone number within the PD Area Council for someone to call?
They could call our office. We're actually headquartered in Florence, but we have staff members who live and serve their communities. We have a young man who lives here in Myrtle Beach who takes care of this area. They could call our office. It's 843-662-6306.
6306. 843-662-6306.
That's right.
And depending on which area in the 11 counties they're from, you can give them the name and contact number of someone as close to them as possible.
Definitely.
To call.
We have Cub Scout packs and Boy Scout troops in every community in those 11 counties. We have 165 PACS troops and venture crews in that area.
Is that right? 165
That's
in the
right.
11 counties.
So there's one in their neighborhood. They just may not know it's there.
And of course, if they called, you could also give them an address if they wanted to send in a donation of a sort.
Certainly.
How about, is that a good number to call, the 662-6306, to volunteer?
Yes. If they call into our office, we will get them in touch with somebody. They could even call Lori at Dargan Construction if they wrote down that number.
Right.
The Banquet, and they can get them in touch with us. So any way we do it, we'll help them.
What do you think, Ed? We got about 5 minutes. What do you think makes the Boy Scout programs so special for the boys who get involved, or even for the parents that get involved?
Well, people sometimes think that Boy Scouting is a recreational program. They think that the boys are going to join, they're going to go camping. Well, they do those things, but in fact what we are is an educational program. We're teaching these boys how to be responsible members of their community, how to grow up to be responsible and trusting and honest and hardworking. They learn consequences for their actions. They learn how to be respectful of people and their property. They learn to be clean and responsible. They learn all these things are going to help them be successful when they grow up.
Right.
And that's what people have to understand. And families have so many things drawing their time, different things their boys can do. They need to decide what's most important, what's going to help their child be successful in life. And that's where we think we come in. That they should consider scouting. And we don't put a lot of demands on families. We want their son to be in scouting to get as much as he can out of it and the family. If they want to be in Boy Scouts in baseball and hockey or soccer or whatever, that's fine. They can do more than one. And if people realize that and spend as much time as they can in scouting, they're going to get the benefits of it. And that's what we want people to understand.
That's great. So it's not an all-encompassing life. If you commit to Boy Scouts, you're still able to go out and do a lot of other things.
That's right.
As a child or even as a parent.
That's right.
Sure.
And we'd like parents to be as involved as they can. That's their choice. The more they're involved with it, the more their child gets out of it, and the more they get out of it. But we understand there's single parents. We know parents who work odd hours, shift work, and so that doesn't keep a boy from being in scouting. Bring your son out, give him the opportunity, and you'll be amazed at the results.
You opened up the interview with one of the most important points that a lot of parents probably get confused in, thinking, oh, I've got to do it at the beginning of the school year or maybe around wintertime. You stress that aspect. When can a family join scouting?
That's right. People can join any time of the year. There's always something going on that their son can join. They just need to give them the chance. And we will get them started with a Cub Scout pack or Boy Scout troop or venture crew, and they'll have a chance to be active right away.
Viewers do need to get involved with scouting for one reason. There's multiple reasons to get involved, and of course when we think about how the PD Area Council is doing, a lot of changes happened. You joined thankfully a little less than 2 years ago, but a lot of changes happened over the last few years as the council's faced some big issues, and you all are obviously overcoming them. What are some ways that viewers can get involved to make sure the mission and also the funding continues strong?
The biggest thing people can do is be involved. They can volunteer. They can get their sons involved. We have grandparents that do it. We have people who are involved in scouting as volunteers who their children are in their 40s. These people have no children in the program anymore. They do it because they love it and they understand the value of it and how it impacts their communities and society. People can volunteer. People can make donations. Just like any charity, we need money to keep operating. The more money we have, Service Center in Florence. We put up a statue in honor of a man who supported scouting for a long, long time.
Great.
We also have renovated the kitchen at camp. We mentioned that earlier in the dining hall. So that's a better experience for the boys at camp.
And what are some other future goals that y'all are looking to take on and to accomplish, Ed, in the near term and long term?
Obviously, the first one is to reach more children. The more children we reach, the more impact we can have on their lives. Our goal is to reach 6,000 to 7,000 children in the next 2 to 3 years. We want to bring in more families, more boys, or more adults to work with the boys. adult role models mean so much to these children. They're so open to influence in the early ages. They need good role models, and that's what we need: more parents, more adults to work with them so they see that. We want to continue to improve our camp. Our camp is a beautiful location up in near Society Hill. It's just inside Chesterfield County. It's got a lake. It's got some cabins, but it can be improved. You know, things get run down over the years. We did some renovation in the kitchen, which hadn't been done in 20, 30 years. But we still have other buildings that can be improved. And so our goal is to make it more accessible, more exciting, where people want to spend more time there.
Those are great words, Ed. Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Scout Executive Ed Huyer coming up next. Today's the day. You heard Ed say it. Today's the day. Reservations have got to get in by the end of the day today to sign up for this Thursday night's event. The reception's at 6. The dinner kicks off at 7. The honoree is Edgerton Burroughs. It'll be a special event at the Dunes Golf and Beach Club. That's this Thursday night, 6 p.m. Get out there, but you got to pick up the phone, 839-8221. Lori Teal at Dargan Construction will be the one answering the phone, 839-8221. Use that number as well if you can't be there at the Dunes Golf and Beach Club this Thursday night, but you want to get involved as a volunteer, as a donor, as someone who wants to learn more about scouting. Call 839-8221. You heard Ed talk about it. If you're in the PD area, you don't want to dial a Myrtle Beach number, 662-6306 is the number. And from all over the 11 counties, you can call if you want to learn about what it's like to get involved either at age 6 or to get out at age 20. Think what all can happen over those 14 years. Some very special things, and it's not just for the boys, it's for the parents, it's for the volunteers in so many ways. You heard Ed talk about walking to church with his 2 boys to get them into Cub Scouting and then walking away as a den leader. That could happen to you as well. Pick up the phone, 839-8221.